Welcome back to Special Educators Resource Room Podcast. I'm Jennifer from Positively Learning. Today we're going to be getting into something that every special educator has probably thought about at some point. How are you going to store all the things? You know what I mean. You walk into your classroom and somehow, even though you have just organized everything, the task cards have multiplied. The visuals are suddenly everywhere, and those manipulatives, let's just say they have taken on a life of their own. So here's the big question. Where does it all go? Binders? Baskets? Bins? This isn't just a debate over cute containers. We're going to be talking about systems. Systems that are either going to support you and your students' independence or slow everything down. And there's no one right answer. But in this episode, I'm going to break down the pros and the cons and the best uses of each storage option. And by the end, you will walk away with a clear vision of what's going to work for you. So let's make your storage system work smarter, not harder. Part one is the case for binders. So let's start with an old favorite, the binder. Binders are what you can reach for when you are organizing anything that needs to lie flat, stay protected, and be easy to grab on the go. So this could be printables, IEP data sheets, visual schedules, lesson plan backups, and anything you might want to bring to a meeting or small group planning session. So here's why I love binders. They are portable. You can grab a binder and be out the door in seconds if there's a meeting or a hallway check-in. They also keep things protected, especially if you're using sheet protectors. And they can help you categorize. So you may have a binder for IEP goal resources, student behavior supports, or morning routines. But let's be honest, binders come with challenges. They're not student-friendly necessarily. Younger students or students working on fine motor skills might struggle to flip through the pages, or they might open all the rings. They can get heavy fast. And if we're not careful, they can turn into dumping grounds. That beautiful binder you set up in August might be holding random printouts and mystery papers by October. Here's a pro tip if you do want to use binders. Try out color coding. We just talked about that color coding sticker system in the last episode. You can mirror those colors in your binder sections, and it creates a mental map. Even your planning materials could match your student tools by applying a little color sticker on the top. That kind of consistency is magic when you're in the middle of a busy day. Now let's move on to baskets. Baskets for access and action. If binders are for you, then baskets are for your students. They can be a go-to when you want materials to be easily accessible. So you could use baskets for daily independent work, morning bins, behavior visuals like token boards or break cards, transition tasks, or quick check-ins. Why baskets work? They're open, visible, and super user-friendly. Students can see exactly what's inside and how much is left. You can assign a basket to each student, each center, or time of day. Total flexibility. Students can build independence through repetition, and baskets can make it so easy to create that routine. They see the basket, they know what to do. But here's a quick word of warning. Baskets need structure. If you're just tossing materials in without a clear system, students might start digging, guessing, or skipping steps, and things can get messy fast. So here's a basket pro tip. You can clip a visual mini schedule to the front of the basket. It's such a simple to-do list that students can follow on their own, and it frees you up to focus on small groups and other priorities. That kind of little trick can add up to a big win. Now let's move on to part 3, bins. Bring on the bins when you want to store and not show. So bins are for behind the scenes. It's where you can store seasonal, holiday-themed materials, overflow manipulatives, task box extras that you're not using right now, visuals that you want ready to grab, but you don't necessarily want them displayed. Think of bins as your storage headquarters. You can keep them under tables, stacked in closets, or even inside rolling carts. Here's why I love bins. They are durable, and with lids, they are stackable. They also allow you to rotate materials without feeling overwhelmed, and they give you a clear sense of what you actually have, especially if you're keeping an inventory. Here's the bin pro tip. Use some type of master spreadsheet or a simple checklist to track what's inside each bin. You could use numbers or themes or removable labels so you're not relabeling every season. Bins make it easy to batch prep for the long term. Future you will be so glad that you have ready-to-go resources when you need them. But just like binders and baskets, bins can go sideways if you're not careful. So here are some things to watch out for. Over-organizing, and then you never touch them again. Stacking bins so deep that you forget what's in them. Or making them too student-facing. Digging through bins is not usually a recipe for success in the middle of a busy classroom day. So what's the real answer to which storage system wins? Binders, baskets, or bins? Well, they all do when you use them with intention. You can mix and match. Use binders for your own materials, planning, data, reference resources. Use baskets for student-facing work, things students need to access independently. And use bins to store the rest. Rotations, backups, things that you're not actively using, but you want ready when you need them. When you set up your space this way, everything's going to have a purpose, and you're going to spend less time searching and more time teaching. And the bonus, your students will feel the structure too. The environment itself teaches them routines, and that's one of the best ways to build true independence. So, binders, baskets, or bins. The real win is not the actual container, it's the clarity. When you know where your materials go, your whole day runs smoother. Your space is going to feel calmer, and your energy is going to stay focused on what really matters. If you are looking for print and go task boxes that slide seamlessly into whatever system you choose, the TaskBox Dollar Club fits right in. Binders, baskets, or bins, it's your system, it's your way. That's it for today's episode. If this helped you figure out your own storage strategy, would you please share it with a teacher friend or leave a quick review so other educators can find it too? Until next time, remember, your system doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to work for you. I'll catch you next time in the Special Educators Resource Room.
Thanks so much for tuning in, and I'm dying to ask, what'd you think? Be sure to hit the follow or subscribe buttons so that you never miss an episode. You can find the show notes and links for everything mentioned in this episode at positivelylearningblog.com. See you next week for more special education solutions.